Hey guys, welcome back to another video. It's Danielle, and in this one I wanted to show you guys some food storage hacks. So just some ways to kind of keep your food fresher a little bit longer, especially the produce, because we want to preserve the food that we buy. We don't really want to be wasting the food that we spend our hard-earned money on because it's not cheap. So I just finished going grocery shopping and I have all this food sitting here, so I figured why not show you guys how I'm going to be putting it away, how I'm going to be storing it, and how I'm going to keep it from spoiling sooner than it has to. So let's jump right into it. So here's my fruit drawer. I already started pulling stuff out of here. So here is basically what's left in here. This is the stuff that is not bad. So I'm going to pull all this stuff out, make sure I give it a really good wipe down, clean it out really well, and put it back along with all the fruit that we have to put in here. So for the fruit that needs to be washed, I'm just going to go ahead and rinse it off and then get it into an airtight container. The ones that are already overripe, I'm going to leave out so we can eat those right away, just because they're going to go bad within the next day or two, so I don't want them to basically pollute the other strawberries. And now I'm going to go ahead and start adding in the fruit, and the apples, we just rinse them off as we eat them, so I don't worry about cleaning those as soon as I walk in the door. Also have some fresh mandarin oranges. I just removed these from the bag and put these in there as well. And now I'm going to add the older fruit on top so I can make sure that these oranges get eaten first, as well as the grapefruit. So there's all our fruit. We got a clean fruit drawer. It's looking good so far. Now let's move on to the veggies. I'm going to go ahead and get all of the frozen items, meats, and dairy products into the fridge, and then we'll start working on the veggies. So the purpose for me of breaking down the meat when I get home from the grocery store is so that it's already portioned out into like meal-sized portions. So I am going to go ahead and portion the chicken breast, but that's the only thing that I need to portion from this shopping trip. If I had like a large thing of ground beef or ground turkey or pork chops or something like that, then I would do the same thing with that and just kind of separate it out into smaller bags. What did I do with the bags? Thought I brought them over, but apparently not. So I'm going to use quart-sized bags, and I should be able to fit 2 chicken breasts into each one of these bags. And I don't worry about cleaning it at this phase. I just put it in the bags and throw it in the freezer. I don't even worry about dating it because it's going to get used very soon. It's not going to stay in there for like months or anything like that. So I went ahead and popped them into this bag, zip it up, press the air out, and there we go. Now we have 1 meal's worth of chicken breast, and if this happens to be too much, then I'll usually just cook however much I need for that first meal and then just make chicken again another day that week, so I don't have to keep thawing and unthawing and thawing and unthawing. So So I went ahead and washed my hands, and now I'm gonna get started on the veggies. So I have some carrots here, and I'm just gonna peel these, and then I'm going to chop them up, and I'll show you guys what I do with them after that. So now that I have some carrots chopped, the next thing I'm gonna do is put them into this 32-ounce mason jar, and that's how we're gonna store them. So now that we have our jar full of carrots, we can go ahead and pop the lid on here. And it's ready to go into the fridge, and we have fresh carrots whenever we're ready to eat them. And these are gonna last a whole lot longer than if you were to just put them in the fridge in the bag that they came in. So this is gonna save you some money on your groceries so that they're not going bad faster than they need to. So boom. Now we're gonna do the same thing with the celery, except we need to actually wash that. With the carrots, I just peeled them and chopped them, so they didn't need to be washed, but the celery definitely does. So I'm gonna go wash that, and then we're gonna come back and get our celery canned as well. Okay, celery is washed. Now we just need to chop off the parts we're not going to eat. I personally don't eat these parts, but to each his own. They are edible, so you can. And now I'm just going to work on chopping it into the size and shape that I want. So I'm trying to keep it standing up just because it's going to give me the maximum amount of space. But I'm not going to lie, the wide mouth jars would have made it a little bit easier to get this in here. So I'm still working on this, but I saw something on YouTube, and it said that people were saying that they were putting their carrots and celery into mason jars, but that they were also adding water. So I wanted to ask Google if that's what we should do, if that will make them stay fresher for longer. Hey Google, should I put celery in a mason jar with water?
According to Live Simply, I immediately tried out the hack in my own kitchen, slicing carrots and celery and then placing the sticks in mason jars filled with water. The cut carrots and celery remained fresh and crisp for the rest of the week.
Okay, so let's do that. I'm just getting to the end of my celery. I got one that won't fit, so I'll go ahead and eat this in a minute. But here's my second jar of celery. So we got one down, 3 to go, and I am using purified water just because that seems like the right way to do it to me. I don't know, that just makes the most sense. So I'm gonna go ahead and continue to fill up my containers. Honestly, these look so pretty. It's almost like we made some art. So that is really it for this video. I just wanted to share some quick food hacks with you guys. And I do want to say that that honestly took about 30 minutes to chop up all the broccoli and carrots and clean it and all that. Not broccoli, celery and carrots, and clean it and do all that stuff. So Let me know down below if you think it's worth it or not. I don't know if I will continue to do that, but if it lasts for like a couple weeks, then it might be worth it, just because you'll always have it on hand. So now I need to go ahead and put the rest of these groceries away and clean up, and I will see you guys later. Bye.